Howdy, folks. Thought I would share how I'm using AI to build out a Twitter and LinkedIn posting storm, I guess. The goal, Alex Hormozy talks about post a lot, post all the time, because nobody sees your stuff. And I think that's a really valuable thing, but it's a valuable strategy and tactic. But the problem that you run into is how. How are you going to do that? You know, you've got all your business to run and everything. And I have been reading up on AI and checked it out. And especially with the later improvements, I tried this early on and it was just a disaster. And when I say early on, I mean like 5 months ago. This is how fast AI is changing. But recently, I went back in, especially with Claude. Claude is definitely the best that I've seen. And I'm not even using the higher end stuff. I'm just using the free accounts because I want to see what's available to you, to the everyday business owner, what's possible. Okay, so check this out. I took some videos that I'll show you the tool set. I'll just show you real fast. All right, so what I did is I took my Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere is a Chrome extension, and I was going to show it to you, but I just realized I just remembered that Loom for whatever reason doesn't show it when I drop down in the browser window. But just it's easy. Just go to Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension, search that, and then you download it. You put it. It goes into your tool tray at the top of Google Chrome. And so take that and then go to a YouTube video. And what you'll begin to see is on the right side, you will see summarize this video and it'll have ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude loaded up there. Okay, it doesn't load Perplexity. You'll have to manually do that in Perplexity. But what it's going to do is it's going to take the transcript that YouTube produces and it's going to summarize it for you. And that alone has its own value. Now, I want to caution you, don't just post that straight to your website. You need to make some changes because there's some really strong anti-AI content that will get you punished. So, but all you need to do is throw in some other H2 headers of your own making and then go in and change, every 15 words or so, make some changes. And generally that will get you where you need to go. Now, that's for content like a blog. It's an instant blog post because it should be your video, right? So you want to produce the content, give me 5 facts about anything that you do, produce a video on it, then they get that summary, right? Now, here's where it takes the next leap forward, is you take that and you put it through Claude and say, give me 50 tweets. Now you don't want to exhaust it. In other words, you don't want to make a 1-minute video and ask for 50 tweets. It needs to be like a 20, 30-minute breakdown video. Just talk through what you do, why you do it, what makes you unique. Tell me about your community. Tell me about your involvement in your community area, how long you've been in business, why you do things the way you do, the value of the materials, the problems that you typically solve. And those problems don't need to be unique. Every plumber solves a lot of the same problems. You're going to have a unique spin, of course, but every plumber solves the same problem. So now talk through the problems that you solve. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to be Shakespeare. Just clearly and plainly and talk about those problems. Then talk through a few reviews of some recent standout cases. Like some way you saved folks a lot of money because you fixed this leak and this way you caught it early, blah, 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 whatever it is. Now, when you summarize that video, you'll get your blog post, then say, give me 50 tweets out of this, okay? And then when you get your 50 tweets, now, bam, there's 50. Load those into copy paste those into a Google Sheet. Now do another video, but don't do it based on the same thing. Go after a different feature set. For instance, if you're a plumber, you could say general plumbing repairs. What are the top 5 most common things you see as a plumber out there, right? Now go water heater replacement. That's high value. People love it. They need it. It's good for you. Okay, so now tell me 5 things about the thing that kills water heaters that customers don't see coming, right? Give me a video, 5 factors that the typical homeowner doesn't understand. There's another video, run through the same process. Now you got a blog post out of it. You could even get a couple of blog posts out of that. Now go back through your tweets, load those same tweets into your Google Sheet, okay? Now you have 100 tweets, all right? Now we're getting somewhere. Do this 3 or 4 times. Do like your 5 favorite reviews. Do a video on those 5 jobs and what made them, because now you're tying it to a review, okay? Now it's getting special. Do the same thing. So once you get up to around 200 tweets, that was kind of my goal, is 200 tweets. Because why? I want to post 5 times a day. every day, no questions asked. I travel for business. If I'm traveling for business and I've got back-to-back meetings 2 straight days, I want my tweets and my LinkedIn posts going out. I don't want to lapse. Okay. Now we're getting back to Alex Hormozzi's thing of post all the time because people don't see your stuff. So what I want is a foundation of solid material and constant reminders and, hey, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I'm about. I want that constantly going out, right? Now I'll have that going out every day and I can jump in and do myself. For instance, if I've got a mastermind coming up, I can post about that and I can actually drop in 4 or 5 posts to build up over and above my 5 posts a day, right? So what I've got is a solid foundation that I can add to and I can jump in and engage with. Okay. Now, here's what's important. You can't just build those tweets and then put them out. I say this is the hard work, but it's not nearly as hard as trying to generate this on your own. It's a little tedious. What you got to do is you got to go through and read every tweet. You don't want to ever put anything out that doesn't feel authentic to you and is not true. Okay. So I'll give you some examples. You should be able to see this screen. So these tweets out here to the right, like this one right here, this is something that Claude said, but I never said this. Here's another one. This was even worse. Last month, 0 AI referrals. This month, 3,246 visitors from ChatGPT alone. Okay, I never said that, and I don't have any data to back that up. So I pull those out because I like the structure, and I'm gonna go see what can I prove. Can I say 1,500? Do I have data for that? So whatever I can prove, I want to aim for this. Eventually, I want to get there. But rather than trying to figure that out right now and going down that rabbit hole and using that time, I would rather go ahead and move forward with getting these tweets approved because my next goal is to dump these into a bulk scheduler. I can speak English. So that's what I'm doing. And I think it's easy. I almost didn't make this video because I'm like, man, there's no way people don't know how to do this. But then I realized, sometimes in the busyness of life, it just doesn't occur to you. So I hope this helps you in your home service business. This should be pretty low hanging fruit. Especially younger people, if they are pretty familiar with AI, you should be able to give them this task and come up with 200 tweets and get them into a bulk scheduler for, I don't know, maybe a few hours of work. So maybe $100. And now you're scheduled out, for 3 weeks of the month. And I'm just going to put them on a loop. That's what I'm going to do. We'll run through these 100, every 3 weeks. And nobody's going to remember that you post. And once somebody's calling you out because, hey, you're posting this again, that's great. That's success. Because when they're calling you out because you're saying it too often, that's when you finally have got the audience, the ear of the audience that you want. So again, hope this helps. I'm just showing you, you're just kind of peeking over my shoulder. I'm showing you how I'm doing. I'm literally in the middle of doing this. Now, I do want to show you one final thing that I just remembered. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm taking this original tweet and I modified this to put the HVAC business into it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to copy this let me see if it's already copied. Yeah, so I'm doing this to call out the individual business owner. So I've got remodeling business, so I'll just do remodeling real quick so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll say, hey, remodelers. The reason I'm saying, hey, remodelers, instead of remodeling business owners, because I already said that. And I don't want all the remodeling stuff to go back to back to back to back to back. Because remember, we're doing bulk scheduling. It's just going to dump it in order all the way through, right? So I want to vary up. So I'm going to vary that up. And the way I'm doing it is alphabetically. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to sort this alphabetically. And you can see this right here. I can sort this A to Z or Z to A. And I'm going to just sort it A to Z. And that's going to take everything out of the individual order that it's in right now. And it's going to put it in alphabetical order, but that will scramble all the material. So all my HVAC stuff would go back to back. So like 2 straight days, you would see nothing but HVAC. Unless I put things like, hey, HVAC, and I put HVAC and HVAC business or AC business, I'll vary that up. And then I'll do remodelers, remodeling business owners. That'll change it a little bit. Then hey, remodelers. And what that's going to do is take it out of that alphabetical order so that when I alphabetize it doesn't put them next to each other, because I want everything to be spread out so that it's pretty randomized. So if you're a plumber, let's take this down to what you're doing. If you're a plumber, you can say, hey, people in Hyde Park, I'm just going to grab random neighborhoods that I serve because I don't know exactly where you are, obviously. Hey, Hyde Park business owner, or hey, Hyde Park homeowners, Bridalwood homeowners, folks in Bridalwood, use different call outs to randomize your tweets. That way, when you sort them, I recommend sorting them alphabetically. And you might say, well, that's going to put all the alphabetical stuff back to back. People aren't going to remember it. Remember, nobody sees your stuff. So if everything is Y, you, your, and that's what's all going to stack up. 4 hours, if I'm posting every 4 hours, nobody's going to go, hey, your last post started with you, and look, now your current post starts with you. Nobody's doing that, right? Nobody is even going to, probably when you start, nobody's even going to recognize that you tweeted. So don't worry about it. And this goes back to Alex. And when Alex talks about this, it's just like a sledgehammer to the forehead, like how I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. I'm a content marketer. How did I not think of this? And so volume negates luck. That's another thing he says that I really like. Very similar to Tiger Woods. The harder I work, the luckier I get. It's a very similar concept. And so, again, the whole goal of this is to dramatically ramp up my tweet frequency. And this is LinkedIn as well. I'm going to be using these on Twitter, X. So I can't believe we're calling it X. So X and LinkedIn, using it on both. And again, the goal is to dramatically increase my frequency. And so I hope this helps you, showing you exactly how to do it. I'm going to go through the flow again real fast. The flow is you come up with an idea. Top five is an easy concept to grasp. So give me 5 things that make you unique in your service. 5 reasons you do what you do. There's another video. 5 common problems you solve for your customers. 5 ways that make you unique. Now that might be a little bit harder because that's a little bit harder. So back away from the harder stuff. Do the stuff that's easy. Make you 4 or 5 videos. Try to keep them 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes at max. Use your keywords everywhere extension. Install that. And if you're not used to using things like that, the keyword extension might be a little bit irritating to use because it's going to load all kinds of other stuff. You can disable it temporarily, or you can enable it temporarily and then turn it back off if you don't like the search experience. But when you get your videos uploaded to YouTube, you should already be able to load those videos. It's going to have the keyword extension, words everywhere, summaries. And with one click, you can summarize. Now, you could always copy the transcript in, but this is just a lot faster. And so, bing, 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 you've loaded Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT into your summaries. You can pick the one you like the best. But also, you probably are going to have 3 pretty significantly reworded versions, okay? So look at them, see what you think, pick the one you like the best, start with that, but go ahead and grab the other 2, dump them down into a Google Doc, so copy, paste into a Google Doc, and just park those over to the side. Now you've got 2 other pieces of content that you can use at some point. And so once you've got that into a blog post, now take that and go Claude. Claude is the one that you can try everything. You should try and test everything. But I like Claude. Claude, give me 50 tweets from this. And you want to vary the prompt. You're a professional, you're a plumbing professional, you've been in the business 25 years, and you're coming from a background of trying to help people. You want to help homeowners, okay? Target this for homeowners. Use that in the prompt. Don't just say, give me 50 tweets. So you've created your video. You've made a blog post out of it. Post your blog post. Then build your 50 tweets. Drop those copy and paste those into a Google Sheet. Okay. Now you go make your next video, right? Same process. Video, keywords everywhere. Summarize this video. Put that into the Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Take those 3, find the one you like the best. Put the other 2 in Google Docs. Now you have 4. You should have 4 parked summaries now that can be used for whatever. You can combine them, make one big long post, whatever you want to do. But you've got those. You've got those other pieces of content. Now that you've got that summary and your blog post, now go back to Claude and say, give me 50 tweets from this blog post. And you're a plumbing professional trying to help homeowners and you could even drop in your neighborhoods and areas that you like to serve and mention these sporadically through the tweets. And now you get 50 more tweets. Now you've got 100. So now do 5 videos, you've got 250 tweets. If you're posting 5 times a day, that's 50 straight days. That's even posted on the weekends. Now, if you want to go business days, now you've got, what is that? 250 divided by 5. Why can't I do math? Yeah, you should have 50 weeks. That's almost a year. And that's if you don't repeat. That's 5 times a day, a year's worth of tweets. So now you've got a bedrock foundation. You're posting 5 times a day. You should be able to use that on LinkedIn and Twitter. Now you could take that and build Instagram post out of it. Also, Instagram's a little bit harder to bulk post to, but you can still do that. You could go grab these every day and make a video about it, just make a little video to support it. So hopefully this helps you. I'm going to go over the flow again really fast for folks who aren't used to this. Make a quick video, 10, 15 minutes max. 5 facts, 5 ideas, 5 problems, 5 reviews, 5 job site or job reviews. Okay. You make your video. You use your keywords everywhere, extension installed on Chrome. Okay. And when you upload that video to YouTube, when you play that video, Keywords Everywhere will have at the top right, summarize this video. Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Use all 3. Pick the one you like the best. Clean it up, post it on your website as a blog post. Okay. Now take that blog post and go to Claude and say, give me 50 tweets. You're a plumbing professional trying to help homeowners in the Chicago area, specifically in these neighborhoods, and mention the neighborhoods, and you want whatever your best target neighborhoods are. Take those 50 tweets, copy and paste them into a Google sheet, what you see right here on this video, and then rinse and repeat. Do that with 5 videos. You'll have 250 posts. Now find a bulk posting tool. And if you need help with that, let me know. I'll make another video and walk you through a couple of them that I like. And now you're off to the races. And guess what? You don't have to think about this again. You should have somebody monitoring your social media. If you don't have a professional, there's probably some software tools that'll do it for you, or get somebody who's good. You can have your office admin do it. They need to understand you don't ever get in Twitter fights. You don't get in Facebook fights. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but you can have your entire strategy torched overnight by somebody who doesn't understand. Just to give you an example, never respond negatively to a negative review. Why? Well, that person's a jackass. They said all this stuff, and they blah, blah, blah. They said this and that. Okay. All that can be true. They can even be a fake person who's leaving a fake review to hurt your business. And we've all had that experience. But here's the thing, you're not talking to them. You're talking to all the people who've come to check you out to see what kind of person you are and how you are to work with. That's who you're talking to. Okay? The same goes for any interaction online. You are always professional. You are always kind. If you can't be kind, take a breath. Get somebody else to type on there, can be kind. Because what you want to say is something like this: I'm so sorry you had that experience. We always do our best to take care of our customers. We're going to check into this, and I'll get back with you. You can modify that. Hey, we checked our records. I don't have anybody with your name in our system. Help me out here. Just reach out and let me know. If you happen to put this on the wrong profile, please take it down. But if this is legit, please reach out to me. You can reach out through the contact, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? So you're professional, you're calm, you're helpful, and that's who people want to work with. Okay? So I didn't plan to go that deep into that, but I realized that a lot of us can very quickly torch all this work that you put into your social media presence by some bad interactions. Okay? So post your blog post, modify it, prepare it, get your tweets created, put them in a bulk scheduler, get them posted, get it going, and then monitor. That's your process. All right. Hope that helps. Talk soon.